Yo, what's up guys, this is Astranox and I'm back in another Epic 7 video, and I want to show you Golem, Hunt Golem Stage 7 with this team, Destina, Tieria, Elson and Carmen Rose. I don't usually farm Golem. I'm basically going to move Carmen Rose's gear back on Says and do some more testing on Wyvern. So yeah, team is weak here, and Destina, a lot of people rolled for Destina early on, and this team is pretty free to play friendly, because if you got Destina already, well, the other characters, Elson, you can just get for free with the connection. Tieria, you need some luck to pull her, but she's a 3-star, as well as Carmen Rose. She's a 3-star as well. The battle is not that quick actually, because I mean you're running Destina, but it's better in terms of survival. Now you could do of course different group composition. Kairos with the poison is very effective. The Golem is quite slow, so you have plenty of time to just stack a bunch of poison effects on the boss. Boss is earth. Fire does counter earth. You want to avoid bringing ice heroes in Golem, because like earth counters ice, so you're gonna take much more damage and you will deal very little compared to if you were fighting against the element that you counter. Silk is very effective here. Tieria for speeding up the group with the defense down on skill 3. But this is mostly about Carmen Rose. Against the Golem, what she's got is her skill 3, her ultimate, can remove buffs, and it also increases her attack and defense. She gains those 2 buffs. The Golem does get attack and defense buff, and the skill here, so protect grants the caster a stackable defense increase buff every time they are attacked, that will be removed when the caster attacks. So the Golem keeps on getting you see, like there's some text floating above the Golem when he gets attacked. His defense getting increased, but when he goes, he loses that defense increase. Now this thing, Shockwave, attacks all enemies, decreasing defense for 2 turns, triggering aftershocks that deal additional damage. So yeah, when he attacks, he can reduce your defense. This thing, Earth and Rage, 5-turn cooldown. Counter attacks with an AoE attack when attacked with full cooldowns. Randomly stunning one enemy for 1 turn and reducing the caster's cooldown by 1 turn. So basically, the Golem is very slow, but when he has this on himself, he will counter attack. You see just under the skill, you see the level 64, then you got Earth and Rage, and below that you see it's 3 red bars. When this fills up, the Golem counter attacks right there. So yeah, the speed is decent. As you can see now, he has attack and defense buff, 2 turn. This can be removed by Carmen Rose with her 3rd skill, and she applies speed down debuff, so it's like your team's gonna go even more often than the boss, so you're basically increasing your survival. What's dangerous is when the boss counterattacks and then applies defense down on a hero on your team, and then he keeps on counterattacking, and if you still have the defense down on a hero, it can it starts to deal more damage. Like so you got Destina that can remove debuffs, and you got Carmen Rose can kind of sustain herself with her skill 1 because it heals. And well, she's fire. The boss is earth, so she doesn't take too much damage really. Like you can see here, she took 8.8 thousand. Tieria took 9.1 thousand. Destina was in the front line, so she took almost 34,000. But Destina can heal, and my Destina is set up as a tank. She's on speed. I'll show you the gear. I'll show you the gear now. So Carmen Rose, she is on double crit and hit sets because I've been farming Wyvern most of the time in this game since it got released. I prefer to go for speed items early on. Speed is makes the game a whole lot easier when you can go before the enemy, and when you go more often, and especially for PvP as well. So you can pause if I go too quick over her gear, but her effectiveness is 40%. You want high effectiveness. Even 40% is not even enough. Because on her skill, like this, yeah, heals, but this thing, like, it's 100% chance to do the decreased speed debuff for 2 turns, as well as reducing combat readiness by 35%. This goes up to 55% combat readiness reduction when you do the skill up. It goes down to 3 turn, the cooldown, and so you want as much effectiveness as possible, because 2 turn is actually really long. Like 2 turn could be like how long the golem takes to do the whole fight, and then he dies. So having defense down on the golem does help, and on anyone really, on any enemy you're fighting, it's a huge help for your team. So this dispels the buffs and increase attack and defense for herself. Increase attack and defense, I mean, Elson has those things, but if it's on cooldown, and like she can buff herself while the rest of the team doesn't have the buff because it's on cooldown for Elson. So that's another plus for her survival. Her defense, her base defense is actually high on her, but her health is very low. But still, because she has healing on her skill 1, she's able to survive with the amount of defense she has. And she's fire, and so she counters earth, so she does take less damage there as well. I'm using this thing on her just to bring her critical chance above, to 100%. But if you're fighting Golem, you don't need that much crit. If you have, like, I don't see my Tarnargar really not critting against the Wyvern. So I believe it could be between 15% and 20% crit chance increase that you have when you're fighting the element you're strong against. So yeah, I mean 80-85% crit should be enough to have 100% crit chance against the boss. And yeah, I mean, this is not like a complete review for her, but it was just to show you the gear real quick. Destina is on speed and HP. You can get the tier 5 HP set from for conquest point in the arena for 1,200 conquest point, and that's her gear. You can pause if I go too quick. She's got close to 8,000 HP. Defense it's almost 950. And I mean, this piece of jewelry, this neck is terrible, right? I didn't even upgrade it. It was just to get the speed set bonus, really. This at least has a percentage main stat, 13% health. But it is bad. It is really bad. It's just because it's on a speed set, and those are hard to obtain. Yeah, Destina does not have my top gear, really. And this is quite useful for her because every time she gets hit, it has potential to reduce her cooldown by 1 turn. Can only be activated once per turn though, but still, because the golem counter attacks and all that, like she can. It will be helpful because if you can use her ultimate to clear the defense down that the boss applies, and to clear the stun debuff, it will help your team, of course. Now, Tieria, I'm using this thing to reduce combat readiness upon single attack. Yeah, I would use Joker if I had the card, the artifact. I mean, so this is the gear. She has 189 speed. I know, like, this is a lot of speed compared to how much speed someone would have if they just started and they started to farm Golem only, because they wouldn't have access to speed gear. But the good news is that Carmen Rose is good in Wyvern, and you can build your team around her. So go check my video, Carmen Rose versus Wyvern 7. And yeah, you can just build the same group composition. I'm using four heroes that are 3 stars, very free to play friendly, and you just need to farm. You just need to farm and be lucky and enhance the gear with the right substats, and of course the right main stats. Like if we're talking about boots, you want speed or percentage roll, HP, defense, but I prefer to go speed on almost all my boots. Neck and ring, you want percentage main stats instead of flat stats, but sometimes you've got to use what you got, because they're actually hard to get the right ones on the right set. So this is my Elson. Elson, you want effectiveness. It's actually real low how much I have. Ring and neck, it's lacking in the main stat department, but it's all about the speed. It's on wrong sets as well. It's not even matching. The boots, I mean, tier 4 speed, but it has good substats, but they were rare, and I just went with it because effectiveness, health, and defense percentage, it's good on a speed set with speed. Hard to get speed set with speed rolls on a high tier. Well, T4 is not really a high tier, but yeah. And I'm using this artifact for decreased chance to miss, because well, that acts like some more effectiveness right there. He's low in that department. Tieria, 47% effectiveness. You want her to land that ultimate, and yeah, it is quite helpful with the defense down debuff. You deal double damage against a target with defense down. It's 50. It cuts the defense by 50%, and this makes your team go way more often. And this is another debuff to reduce the hit chance. All good stuff. So yeah, that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm Astranox. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. And let me just check here in the journal though, because this is a Carmen Rose review mostly. You know, I have time matter, but the problem is this is if you're mostly farming, because yeah, reduce cooldown by 1 turn when an enemy is killed, and increase the damage of your next attack by between 18 and 36%. only activated once per skill, so yeah, you cannot like reduce your turn multiple times. Yeah, the cooldown of your skill on the same turn. Where is it? Let me look at them real quick. I don't know all of them. This is, yeah, this is for mage. Yeah, you could use that. This is actually good. This is definitely good. You could go more often with the dispel, your cell buffing, and the speed down. You could have like those things on rotation where the speed, the debuff goes away from the boss, and you have it ready, and you do it again. And her skill 2 hits for. Her skill 2 is the skill that hits for the most on Carmen Rose, by the way. Yeah, so I've seen some huge number. Like I saw her one-shot players in the arena with her skill 2. This is survival. This is like for farming. Yeah. So yeah, I like the one that I was using. If you're missing crit chance, definitely like you could go with that. The ascending axe. Maxed, well, you're not gonna have it maxed, but you can bring it to 7-8% easily. That's after making a critical hit, so you just need to do 3 critical hits and you have the buff, and it carries over in between the waves. So you can work on getting more effectiveness, crit damage, attack, any other stat really, and not have to focus that much on crit chance. So you could have, if it's 15% chance, crit chance, when you're fighting the element you're strong against, that means you with that thing at like, let's say it's 8%, so that becomes 24%. So 61% plus that, yeah, that's 85%, and then you got the 15% for fighting the element you're strong against. So yeah, having only 61% crit chance is not that bad. So yeah, so that's it for you guys. And the Daydream Joker that you can have on your support, Elson, Tieria, to deal some extra damage. Again, very effective against bosses with high HP. Well, the hunt bosses. And there is also, well, yeah, this is gonna be for her skill 1, which doesn't deal that much damage compared to skill 1, but skill 2, but it does heal herself. That's the thing I have on my Tieria to reduce combat readiness a bit against the boss. It's not that much, but it is helpful. It is helpful. Okay, that's it for this one, guys. Thanks again for watching. I'm Astranox, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, this is the artifact. It's 4-star. It's for mage, and that's the one you want to have on her. If you're in the crit department, if you're good, use that thing. Up to 30%, between 15 and 30% damage increase when you're fighting an enemy that's debuffed, which the Golem will be debuffed because the Golem is so slow. Just checking the other ones real quick. This is like for PvP, or if you want to like burst down a boss. Okay, chance to inflict random debuff, but that team kind of has a good portion of the debuffs available in the game, so I wouldn't use that. Yeah, dispel, but she kinda have her strip already. She dispels on her skill 3, so you don't need that. So that was the best artifact, endgame artifact that's available right now. All right, peace out.